Hi guys, podcaster and commentator Jemma Forte delivered a blistering attack on Reform UK and Richard Tice when she appeared on the Jeremy Vine show. So this was in response to recent polling that put the Farage outfit ahead of both the Tories and Labour. I've already discussed the issues with this poll, but Gemma explained the massive problem with Reform UK being presented as the party of the people or some kind of solution to the issues ordinary members of the public are going through at the moment. Powerful stuff. Have a listen to this.
The idea, though, that you and your chums, multi-millionaires, all went to various public schools, are the men of the people, is just absolutely for the birds. The fact that Farage cozies up to Andrew Tate, I mean, I'm sure you can imagine what I think of him. But you're clever. You know what to do. You go on TikTok. You speak to the masses. You employ the tactics that Trump has, you know, which is you'll be going on all the big podcasts, and Labour are just going to manage decline at the moment. And unless they start providing hope very, very quickly and put money in people's pockets, they will fail.
But there's nothing wrong from your point of view in Reform being Britain's number one party. That's how democracy works, right?
Well, of course, I can't change it, but I don't have to like it.
No.
I find it really worrying.
Would you
but I
congratulate
understand
him?
it. No.
OK, that's quite a long silence there.
What the hell? Why should Gemma be expected to congratulate Richard Tice because Reform UK are leading in the polls? This is insane. Did Jeremy Vine congratulate Labour when they were leading in the polls, or Boris Johnson when he was leading in the polls? This is absolutely ridiculous. And this leads into the other problem here. Gemma brought up the point that they're really media savvy. Yes. On the one side, Reform UK are really good at using the media to their advantage. But on the other side, the media have been promoting Nigel Farage for years now. It seems to me, I'm convinced of this, that they actually want Nigel Farage into number 10. The likes of LBC, the BBC, Jeremy Vine show, a lot of these outlets, they want to see Nigel Farage succeed. Maybe some would say that they also want Labour to fail. But they certainly want to see Farage in number 10. They want to see him in power. They want to see him promoted. Now, maybe it's because it's good for their ratings. It drives traffic to their websites. Maybe that's the goal here. Farage is very useful for that. But there are consequences. You know, Nigel Farage, in the run-up to the referendum on Brexit, was on every bloody show unchallenged. He was able to speak whatever he wanted, and no matter what the subject was, he could smuggle Brexit into it, or leaving the EU at the time. Problems with the NHS, well, if we leave the EU, that will fix it. Problems of immigration, we leave the EU, that will fix it. No matter what the issue was, he could talk about Brexit or talk about leaving the EU as a panacea. Was he challenged? Pretty much no. He had to go on foreign media to be challenged. And here we have, once again, you have these upper class, rich, private school educated charlatans who are now being presented as men of the people. They even have the slogan, the People's Army. You know, these are guys who have massive property portfolios. These are people who have huge amounts of money and huge amounts of influence. They are the elite. They are the establishment. But they're presenting themselves as men of the people, which of course they're not. And it's right that somebody calls it out, and Gemma is doing a good job here by calling this out. It needs to be called out more. But unfortunately, the media have decided, no, we want to see Nigel Farage succeed. We want to give him as much publicity as possible, and we're going to give him unchallenged publicity as well. According to the polling, Farage's outfit is leading the Conservatives and Labour. Now, why is that happening? Well, we have to put it down to Labour failing, not being able to either transmit a message of success or actually not improving people's lives. And on the other side, of course, the media pumping for Farage and Reform at every opportunity. It's heading down a very dark road. You know, it would be dismissed as insanity suggesting that Nigel Farage would be the Prime Minister one day. But it seems that the media are determined to see that happen. And that's all he needs. If he has the media on his side, unchallenged, he will be in number 10. It's almost guaranteed. Either directly as the biggest party or as some sort of coalition with the Conservatives. It seems insanity at this moment, but give it enough time and enough effort, it's possible. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.